Good afternoon, friends. I'm so glad that you were able to stop by and join us for Refresh Fridays. Refresh Fridays is an opportunity for birth workers of all kinds to gather together and just refresh and reset themselves for the work that we do every single day. I can't say the week because you might be bombarded with client service over the weekend. Babies love to come in 3 o'clock in the morning, all those good things. So this is just a moment so that we can reset and, like I said, refresh ourselves. So the first thing that I wanted to be able to share with everybody is just some simple mindfulness 101. These are some practices that are tried and true in my life that I have been using for several years that really help me to remain and regain balance and focus in all of the work that I do. And, one of the things that I always try to recognize is that starting any journey like this can be a daunting task. So, just to ease your brain and your spirit, these are just some insights on practices that I use. And I like to say, like, take everything a chunk at a time. Don't try to do all of it at once. Every little bit matters, every little bit counts. So, just take advantage of each opportunity or each practice and see what works best for you. Some may work, some may not, and you may actually find that you are already doing these things. So I'm actually going to start in reverse order and talking about how we create a practice. You want to start simple. You want to find things that are familiar. You want to make time for it. Put it on your schedule. Write yourself a post-it note. Put it in your car. Put it on the mirror in your bathroom. Um, and actually commit to that time. Sometimes it's even cool that you just like put it on your schedule and you let it keep happening, right? Let it keep happening, let it keep happening. And sometimes you miss it or you may miss it like for a long time. So for me, I was doing that. I had put it on my schedule to do meditation at a certain time every single day. And I kept missing it, but I kept getting the alert. And I was like, oh my God, I have to do that. Oh my God, I have to do that. And eventually I did it. So you want to build then for yourself what I like to call my accountability crew. Get two or three friends and that are going to hold you accountable and ask you on a regular basis, did you do that? It's really important to have that community of folks supporting you and holding you to the things that you desire to do and to be. And then finally, it's very simple. Create whatever your plan is, work your plan, then go back and assess it, see if it's really working for you. If it is, then great, you keep doing it. If not, then you change it and you start over. And because this is about doing what is best for you. So mindfulness in and of itself is a mental state of achieved focus. Um, and that's basically what it is. You want to be able to give yourself the time, the space to calm yourself, to relax, to get focused, to be aware of your body, be aware of your mind, be aware of your emotions. These things really help us stay present in the moment so that we can do the work that we are called to do every single day. Some possible benefits of mindfulness are increased compassion, resilience, stress relief, focus, emotional intelligence, ease of pain. We would all love that. It doesn't boost your immune system. It helps to really manage some of those emotional disorders in our lives, like PTSD, depression, anxiety. It does help with the slowing down of brain regression. It reduces burnout, which we know is so common within our industry. Helps to improve creativity and collaboration because we all believe in those things. And it helps to increase resilience. This work is not simple, this work is not easy. So, what becomes really important sometimes is our ability to be resilient. Some examples of practices, many of them are yoga centered or similar too. So just be mindful of that. So you have your breathing practices, meditation, movement and exercise, acts of kindness. One thing I just love to do that keeps me so grounded in this work is to give people stuff. So if I have free things to give away, if I have extra stuff to give to clients or to other colleagues, it brings me so much joy and it helps me to stay really, really level. Um, Additionally, being creative, you like to paint, you like to build, you like to produce, you like to sing, you like to dance, whatever it may be, taking pictures, being creative with how you dress, all those things matter and are important. Like this morning, I spent about 45 minutes painting a new little wardrobe for the baby, and it was so refreshing just to be out there and paint. And also, like, taking time to really discover your purpose. And not that you don't know what your purpose is right now in your work, but really taking that time for yourself to do that. So, possibly journaling and doing self reflection. Get a book that helps you do that. If you need some suggestions, I have a few. And healthy eating. I love a good Twizzler. I love a good bag of potato chips. But what I really love is when I'm able to eat well. That helps to literally nourish me physically, which then begins to nourish me mentally and emotionally. So it just becomes extremely, extremely important. So enough of me chit-chatting about all the things mindfulness. I want to do a couple of quick practices with you that I use when I am going to, especially when I'm going to a birth or if I'm going to meet a family. Doesn't matter if it's the first, second, third time. So I am a firm believer of clearing the mind and clearing my heart space so that I can be completely open to the folks that I'm getting ready to serve. So I do simple breath work, and I usually don't do it in the house. I do it in the car. And I like to do it before I leave to go. So I know that my family like, why is she sitting on the car? Because I need to breathe and reset. And I don't want to be disrupted in my home to be able to do that. Even though I know if I told them what I was doing, they'd leave me be. But there's something really nice of like not being concerned or worried about a potential disruption. So I usually get into my truck, I have a seat, and I do one of these. Like, all right, here we go. This is the thing. And not because it's exasperating, but because I really want to get that energy out and fill up with the right energy. So the best way to breathe well and more effectively is through the diaphragm, right? So you want to be sitting up as much as possible, not so that you can't be lying down, or if you're slouched, it's not going to help at all. But an upright position really does help, or if you're lying down, you have that full ability to expand the diaphragm and your lungs to expand. So you want to breathe in so that your belly, and I should move my camera here. I got enough of a little pooch to help. So your belly wants to do that. And I want you to watch my shoulders. So my belly's moving, but not my shoulders. So if you feel like you're doing this, you don't want to, because you're going to then wear out the muscles in your shoulders and your neck that you're going to need for those hip squeezes. So it's breathing into the belly and breathing out. Breathe into the belly and out. It may be good for you at first, like place your hands on your abdomen so you can feel that, even onto the rib cage, because you should feel your rib cage expand as well. But you want to take nice, full, deep breaths into the belly, um, so that you can begin to fill up with air, that you can fill up with that life force, right? And what becomes really beautiful is that rhythm begins to like calm down the heart. It begins to settle the mind and the nerves. And then what I always find then happens is that we get this like flood of beauty, right? Whether it's affirmations or whether it's visualizations of this coming experience, whether it's a reminder of your ability and the ability of the birthing person, whether you start to just like see the beauty overall of the experience or just feeling into the joy and the blessing of being able to be a part of it. So what I do, like I said, is I get myself into the Jeep and I let it all out a couple of times. So wherever you are right now, just kind of, and then when I start to feel nice and heavy, I then take the first breath and sit up tall. And I breathe in and out through the nose. It may feel good to do that with the eyes closed. It may feel good to put the hand up around the heart center or on the abdomen. whatever just feels comfortable. And I take about 5 rounds of breath before I then just let the breath be what it's going to be. Then, when I feel ready, I take that last long inhale and then let it out through my mouth. Sometimes I kind of force it out with I do a little shaky because that feels good to me sometimes, whatever your thing is. And I'll be really honest, before so that's before I leave. And then I'll be in the car like, all right, let's go. Like I got to cheer myself on and get myself ready for this experience. And usually when I get to my destination, I will probably do the same thing one more time. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Especially if you know you're coming into a situation that may not be as welcoming, that you really take care of yourself in this capacity. I use the same exact work throughout the birth experience, especially, right? So if I need to take a break, which I do, um, I make sure I go get myself a little snack, a lunch, a dinner, breakfast, whatever is necessary. And then I do this before I return back into the space. Or if it's just real stressful or a lot to manage, I take a break and go ahead and do that. But sometimes I do it right in the space. And if I'm feeling that way, it's possible that other people in the room are. So I invite other people to join me in that to kind of help reset with everyone else. So when I leave, I do the same thing when I'm leaving their home or the birthing space. And then when I get home, I make sure I'm all shaken down, releasing all of that energy so that I can then take care of myself and my family the way that I know how to do best. So that's my offering for us this Friday. I'm so thankful that you guys are able to join us. You can't tell, but I'm sitting out on my porch because this is one of my favorite places to be is outside, and we have such a beautiful neighborhood. So please do pardon the tappy tap from those doing construction down the street, and then my son behind us calling for his mama because he sees my face. I hope it wasn't disruptive, and I hope this was beneficial. Please feel free to like, follow, and share this with those that you know in the birth professional community. And we will see you all again next week. If you are looking to connect with me further, here is how you can do so. You can find me on social media at Busy Bee LLC. My phone number is public, so you can find it there. My email and my website. And don't worry, all of it's like a circle. You'll always get back to me in some fashion, some way. I check my email way too often. I get alerts on people leaving me messages on the website. I check my social media regularly, and my phone is usually right beside me. There you go. You can see it. So you don't ever have to worry about me not getting to your message. Unless I'm in a birth, you're going to have to give me some time. But all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for your time and your energy and the work that you do in our community. Peace.